Okay, Tov Resh Pei Tes. Getting really back in the back of this book. Let me go over here. So he says, now we'll look at the Yafashah. Yafashah is, we have like 5 minutes. Rabbi Yafashah Shabir, the Iri Khan, B'Hislavshus NETZACH HOD Yisod, the Atek Yomim, B'chol Guf Erik Anpin. So how do these spreads? He says the Nai of Atek. So it's interesting because yesterday he said, it does make sense because yesterday he said that NETZACH and HOD are really the operants, or we saw that someone saying that. So here's the Nai. That's the part that's really the operant inside of Erik Anpin. His lavshus NETZACH HOD, the Atek Yomim, Hulamata, where they really go is into the Zion spheres Tachtonis, the Erik Anpin. Akem Muluvashim B'Tamirim, but they're hidden. Or he calls it B'Haloma, they're hidden inside. Begam Lamala B'Gugolta B'Chamucha, but they're also hidden inside of there. Ukamo Kain is Lavshos NETZACH HOD Elu Gam B'Sa'aras Rosh Erik Anpin, and the fact that you see that are now still clothed inside of this NETZACH and HOD, these the Sa'aras of Erik Anpin, Hanikroim Amarnaki Besod or Choser. Now we had talked about this in the Idras. It goes back up through these two places, the Mochas Timor and the Avir, I guess, of the Gugolta, he says. He says it comes back out and it goes through those hairs. V'zechavish Amarkan, this is what it says over here. Akamet the Sharia Begugolta, that's the meaning of that mysterious phrase in the SIFRA. Kamosha NETZACH HOD Atek Yomim Shorim Mislavshim Begugolta Lamala Betimira. They're down into the skull in a very hidden way. Ishtatku Mispashti Bekal Gufa, but from that particular place they're going to spread throughout the body. Kach Nimsoim NETZACH HOD Atek Yomim Lamata Begilui, but you can also see them down below now. They're visible. Umispashti Bekal Guf Erik Anpin. So what's this all about? So he says, of the Nimsa the call Guf Erik Anpin Nichlalo b'NETZACH HOD Atek. So he says that NETZACH and HOD Atek, which we think of it going down on the right side and the left side, he says it winds up going through all the entire body of that's because they're the operants, that's the legs, that's the extension. The Atek Yomim Mislavshim B'Sa'aros Almanaki, which us ultimately, now this is hard for me. NETZACH and HOD Atek Yomim, and where are they? They're lodged in the sorrows of the Almanaki of which I'm proposing that he's saying that there's Orchosa, they're Orchosa, they come in from the inside of the skull, and they go back out through the hairs. That's what I think he means. B'Sa'aras Almanaki B'Sod or Choser. So that's what he's talking about. So ultimately they wind up getting into the hair business. V'zel l'shanach the lashon Yafashah sham. Kamet the Sharia Begugolta ishtatku mispastim b'kol gufa. Pirush ki zayin tachtonis the Atek Yomim mislavshim b'kol gufa the Erik Anpin. B'zecha ofen. Chesed the Atek b'chesed the Rich Anpin. Gevur the Atek b'mucha chochmas dimor the Erik Anpin. Now he's also used to talk about the Avir and the Kruma Avir, Gevira, all that. Now he's moved to the words. They're moved to the words Gugolta. It's Gugolta and Mocha. Before we got confusion because he referred to Gugolta as Bina, and that's interesting. It means like a mother, but how do you figure this? The Erik Anpin, the Ferris the Atek. Babina the Erik Anpin. Here he says Hu Begoran, which is in the throat. Now there's actually where it's at. But what was that? He says, I'm sorry, the Teferis goes into the throat, which is a place where it's interesting, where voice comes from. NETZACH and HOD, Yisod the Atek, B'kol Zayin Tachtonis, and they go into the Zat Erik Anpin, which is the Atek rather, which is the part that's going to go into the Zer Anpin, K'moshe Kasa, Rabbeinu B'Etz Chaim. All of that is contained there. The Old Kasa B'Etz Chaim also says like this in Eitz Chaim, We're running out of time. I'm sorry. NETZACH kol b'chesed v'chod b'gevura NETZACH v'chod heim remozer b'golgolta v'simod tomen ayun shom. I'm going to stop because I want to evaluate this, and we'll get it Mitzvah Shem tomorrow, and I'll be back in Boca Raton. Thank you very much. This is Baruch Flashman, Tikkun, Alavet Kola.